wake up in the morning to train is something I really look forward to. It never feels like a burden to have to work out, have to focus on my techniques.
So with the amount of fans that have really enjoyed the show, when I reflect back and think about the decision to do it, I think what a great decision, because so many people have come up to me and said thanks for doing that. It was really cool to see, and a lot of young athletes were inspired by the level of work it takes to get to a certain point in your career. And I think that's been a great payoff for me. It was hard work. We spent a lot of time last off season, and this season a little bit of time, but it was really it turned into me a really great series.
Well, I'll tell you what, even watching it for myself, I was surprised at the amount of work that it takes for you to get ready for each season.
It inspired other guys like Breeze and other guys like Matt Ryan to know that they can play well into their 40s.
Yeah, I think so too. And like I said, there's guys that inspired me. I mean, that's what it's all about. They're always trying to take to the next level. And I think when you learn, I always say once you know the right way, you can't unknow the right way. So me trying to perform and, like I said, the routines that I had over the course of my career, so if those guys can learn from me, that's what I want. It's always going to be better. That's what life should be about. You look at other people who do things and you aspire to be better than that. And hopefully you give them tools to start at a much better place than you started at.
Tom, I've talked to a lot of the guys, and I just want to know, how do you define greatness?
There's a lot of different elements that lead you to, different levels of success. And I think for me, I've always tried to be very consistent and dependable, and knowing that the team was going to get a certain level of performance out of me every day, not just in the games, but in practice as well, because they need to count on me and they got to trust me. It's something that's really earned, and I think you got to show up every day with a great attitude, with a great commitment to winning. There's really no days off, and that carries from spring workouts, summer workouts, Wednesday during week 4, or it could be the week of the Super Bowl. There's an intensity to what we're trying to accomplish, and if you want to be truly great, you got to bring it every day.
You have to, first of all, just recognize the adversity when it comes. I don't think you fight it. I think in a lot of ways you embrace it and you use it as an opportunity for growth. So, I don't believe in a victim mentality, poor me, poor us. I feel like, whenever you're faced with something, you got to do your best to overcome it. And it really comes down to effort and energy and discipline, determination to overcome it. You don't get bailed out of every situation. I don't think we teach our kids to, bail them out of every time that life gets difficult. I think when you're faced with adversity, you rely on the people that support you to help guide you through it. Sometimes you use a lot of instinct. You fall back on the things that you've prioritized in your life, and that's where you put your focus.
Now, I love that. Let me take you back in time. Super Bowl 36, before the final drive, one of the great announcers ever, John Madden, he goes, "They don't have good field position. I think they should just play for overtime here." And right then I'm thinking in my brain, I'm like, if only John Madden knew Tom Brady had the ball. Tom Brady has the ball. Would you ever play for overtime when Tom Brady has the ball? I just laugh sometimes because I remember that. And so anytime I'm talking about a young quarterback, I'm thinking, you just never know. But I want to know you. What were you thinking going on the field at that point?
That was a big moment, I think, for all of us. I think for me, it's so much of what I had, done in college prepared me for that moment too. And even though it was my second year in the league, I didn't feel like the moment was too big. I had played at Michigan. There was 100,000+ fans at all of our home games. We played Ohio State every year. We played in the Orange Bowl. I won, a lot of big games. So in a lot of ways, I thought, oh, this is just a continuation of college. We go on the field, got a chance to win, gonna go make the plays to win. And I had a bunch of teammates that really came through in the clutch. And, some lesser-known players, J.R. Redmond made some spectacular plays. Obviously, Jermaine Wiggins caught the last little snag route where I clocked it. And Troy Brown made a catch on an in-cut, got behind the Will linebacker in cover 2, and got us out of bounds. And, of course, Adam made the kick.
Kick up. Kick is on the way, and it is good! It's good! It's good! And the Patriots are Super Bowl champions! The for the National Football League.
I have such a vivid memory of all those things because I feel like I'm still living those moments, and I'm still on the practice field every day with my teammates, and I've really never had to grow up.
Well, I think, with every challenge, there's a great opportunity too. So I think when you have to, in a situation where I'm trying something I haven't tried in 20 years, I think there's a little anxiousness because you're anxious to get started. I think I recognize there's going to be a lot of hard work and commitment day after day, a lot of hours and time and energy to spend trying to learn a whole different set of processes that are in place somewhere else.
So you view yourself? Because you remember before, back in 2003, you told me while we're sitting down having lunch, I'm a 6th-round pick, draft choice.
Yeah.
That's your approach.
I still feel that way. I mean, I was a backup quarterback on an 0-8 freshman high school team. I didn't even play. We didn't win a game, and I couldn't even get on the field. I was kind of a late bloomer, recruited to Michigan late, started as a 7th quarterback. Had to work really hard to even play. Thought, oh man, I'll be in pro football. Got drafted in the 6th round. No one thought I'd make the team.
So that drives you.
Yeah, it still does. I mean, I think now it's like, wait a minute, now you guys want me to stop playing? No, this is when I'm having fun. Now is the time where I get to do, really enjoy it. I always had a lot of belief in myself, and I always tell a lot of young quarterbacks, if you don't believe in yourself, why do you think those guys who are looking at you are going to believe in you? When you step in that huddle, they better look at you and go, man, that guy's ready to get the job done. Because if they don't see that, then they're going to start questioning, oh my God, I don't think that guy can get the job done. So you got to believe in what who you are, what you do, what you bring to the team. And then if you do that, they're going to feed off that as well.
As I've gotten a little bit older, and I think you always have to figure out from season to season where you need to apply your time and energy. When you're young, there's a lot of things mentally you need to do to catch up on. Physically your body feels ready and prepared because you have a lot of youth to you. But mentally, you're probably not up to speed with where you might be physically. You still need to physically train, but mentally, it's great to absorb all the information. I think as I've gotten older, that's transitioned a little bit more as I've had to work more on my physical self because there's a lot of physical demands to playing. And as you get older, you have to be super disciplined and detailed about your regimen because if you're not, you're not going to last very long.
What do you hope your kids learn from your success?
I think trying to keep them grounded and understand, that A, they're going to have to work hard. I love playing quarterback and to play for this organization and for Mr. Kraft and for Coach Belichick and to represent what this region is all about, which is really a hard-working, middle-class region where people are going to do whatever it takes. And, I'm proud to be a part of that legacy.
We all put a lot in. That's what football players do. And you're rewarded when you get a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And I feel like, I've been really rewarded and blessed this year and playing on a great team with guys that are just hardworking guys. They want to get the job done. It's about the team. And this is the ultimate team sport. And I hope people appreciate, the magnitude of what team sports are all about. It's not about an individual or just the offense or just the defense. And, we've talked so much about star players and championship players. And we've worked hard to be a championship type team. And this team now has to go win the final one to win the world championship. We won an AFC championship, but to win this world championship is a whole nother level.
To wake up in the morning to train is something I really look forward to. It never feels like a burden to have to work out, have to focus on my techniques and training, going on the field, new footwork drills, or bringing teammates out, throwing with them, or being in the weight room, focusing on some strengthening exercises. I think all those things are just things I was naturally excited about.
I mean, your throwing motion, I don't think people really realize it's an incredible thing to see up close. It's one of those things that's so pure. Everything was just sequenced so perfect. And it's hard to describe to people because you're just throwing a football. But if you study it and
Throw. And the perfect throw at the perfect time. And even when people go, oh, it's a great throw, I'm thinking, oh, it's just a foot right of where I wanted it to be.
day in, day out, because you can't attain that if you're not obsessed trying to perfect that.